What's up, YouTube? Today, today's topic is going to be a sad one, a real sad one, because today I want to talk about the disrespectful nature of some foreigners in South Africa. Man, guys, some of the things that they do here, it's unbelievable. And then sometimes they wonder why the locals react the way they do, because some of them are being very disrespectful. But before we jump into it, let's gonna have some fun. You know the drill. Let's go. Holla. Ma'am.
Good.
Ma'am, it's 2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's appropriate for women to approach men, or do you think it's still inappropriate?
I don't think it's inappropriate.
Okay, why do you think so?
As long as your intentions are pure,
Yes.
shouldn't be a problem. You should go for what you want.
Is that
Yeah.
okay? And then, ma'am, second question.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to money, do you think women should also give men money in the same way that men traditionally gave money to their women?
I think it depends on the individual.
Okay.
I'm all about 50-50, but I also believe that if a woman wants to be a stay-at-home mom and the man wants to be the provider,
Uh-huh.
and they're happy with it, then
Uh-huh.
who are we to judge? It depends on the individual.
Individuals.
It depends on the individual, yeah.
100%. Now, thank you very much for that, ma'am. Ma'am, stay blessed and stay wonderful and stay beautiful.
You too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye. So, YouTube, let us start with the pros of having foreigners in one's country, right? Pros. Foreigners, they bring tourism, they bring investment, they bring skills, they bring money, they bring a whole host of things that a country can benefit from. In fact, countries like America and South Africa were actually built on the backs of foreign skilled labor. You know, I mean, for example, like South Africa's mining industry in the 70s, 80s, I think early 90s as well. I think majority of the mine workers, if I'm not mistaken, or a large number of mine workers were from Mozambique, Lesotho, Zimbabwe. I'm not sure about Malawi, but I know those three were like those three were like the biggest contributors of workforce labor in the mining industry. You know, so like I'm saying, foreigners come with stuff, things, tangible stuff that a country needs to develop. America was built on the backs of foreign labor. You know, America is great because one out of every three, four people in America is like foreign or has some foreign blood or something to them. You know what I mean? They're not all indigenous to American land, even though they were born there, but their grandparents or their parents, one parent is from another country and the great grandparents, and you know what I mean? So they actually, America actually goes after highly skilled foreigners. You know, that's what, you know, if you're a highly skilled person, America looks, seeks you out. They head hunt you. You know what I mean? If you're an exceptional talent, that's what they want, the best of the best. They want the cream of the crop, you know? So like I'm saying, the pros of having foreigners in a country, man, it's it's something that you cannot you cannot describe in words because they bring so much value. They add value, you know? It's just a breath of fresh air. Just seeing a person from a different country with a different perspective, and they teach you what they know, stuff that you didn't even learn. And we can learn from foreigners too. And a lot of foreigners come and they teach you stuff that we don't even know about. You know what I mean? And that's something. The beauty of having foreigners in the country is diversity. Adds to the value, adds to the cultural landscape, the beauty of a country. And it's such a beautiful thing when the foreigners that come actually do good by the laws and stand with the locals and do as the locals do. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing when we're all in sync and we all have shared values. Then obviously, having foreigners is like it's one of the best things that could happen to any country. For real, for real. You shoot first, right? So, hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
All right, ma'am. Do you think it's appropriate for women to approach men in 2024,
Yes.
and why?
Yes.
Yes. Why would you say yes?
Because it's like 2024, you just have
Hmm.
the guts.
You have the guts.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever done it?
Yes.
You lie, ma'am.
Yes, I have, and now I have a boyfriend.
Because of you.
Yeah.
Like you approached him first.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Because he was too slow.
And, okay. And what gave you the guts to approach? Oh, so it's your first time doing it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What gave you the guts to do it?
I didn't know. I just,
So you just did it. Right. Okay. Any last words to any women? Just go for it or something like that?
sorry?
Any last words to women, like to say go for it, or
Yeah, just go for it, man.
is that
Have guts. Sorry.
sure, man? Thank you. The cons of having foreigners in a country, man. Some foreigners are just damn disrespectful. When I say that, I'm talking about not. I'm not talking about the crimes they commit. That's one aspect. I'm just talking about verbal mannerisms, physical mannerisms. I'm just talking about just disrespect. You know, when you go to someone's land, right? You have to be humble. You have to know that you are not in your country. You cannot expect people in foreign lands to act like how your people act in your country. People are different. Cultures are different. And those are things that some people find it find hard to comprehend. You know, they're like, why do you do things like why do you dude, when you came to South Africa, you found us doing these things. If you don't like what we do or how we do what we do, you can gladly go back to where you came from. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, like they say, if you are in Rome, you do as the Romans do. You cannot go to Rome and implement your own cultural ways. It doesn't work that way, you know? So when people become disrespectful, like, dude, I seen, I don't want to mention countries now because if I mention countries and then people are going to be like, you're hating on us because you're just looking for clout and you're just looking for views and you know what I mean? So, anyhow, so there's this brother went into the bank. I think the lady made a mistake of some sort, you know, and there was a long line. I mean, the bank was full as usual, you know, man. Then I don't know what the lady did. Clearly, it was a mistake on her part. But the way he just went about it, are you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you this? You know, you are you. My man, you know, that kind of disrespect is dude, you could have calmly just said, no, ma'am, it's a mistake. It should have been this. And said, calmly, nicely. But no, you choose to be rude because you think you've got money, because you're driving a Benz, because you're living in a high area, in an affluent suburb, and all of a sudden you think you're better than everybody else, and then you want to come here just the locals because you've got money. We don't even know how you've got that money, whether it's legal or illegal, we don't know. But just because you've got money and you appear, you're dressing in your Louis Vuitton clothing, that you think you're better than everybody else, dude. Some foreigners do not understand the concept of respect. There's something called respect. There's something called humble. Just being humble. Just to be humble. Man, you do not need to be in people's faces with your money. We don't care about your money. It's not ours, it's yours. How you got it is your business. But what we care about is how you treat us. That is the thing. So if you're going to come here, you have to come with respect. You got to be humble. You got to be courteous. You've got to be somewhere in the league of trying to be half human and half saint. Because when we come to your place, we're going to be half human and half saints. That's the way I see it. Because if I come to your place, I'm not going to disrespect you in your own home. That's not going to work. I have to be humble. I really have to be humble. But just the disrespect that comes out of some of these man, it's just unbelievable. It really just totally, totally unbelievable. And the worst thing is this, right? It's always the brothers and sisters, bro, from the continent. It's just I don't know why, bro. It's just totally insane. I mean, you would think that our cultures are somehow linked, but gosh, it's just hard to comprehend some people's way of thinking and doing things, man. It's oh man, I don't know, bro. It's how do you come to how do you okay? How do you come to South Africa, right? And you want to fight the police. You come to South Africa, you form your groups in your communities, and then you want to march and demonstrate and do it. That you do in your own homeland. You cannot do things in your homeland and do how? It doesn't work that way. It just does not work. So now you get to understand why some people are angry, and it's just it's mind blowing how things just disintegrate from a point of from where things were supposed to be normal, right, to where things become unbearable. See, you come into a country, you commit crimes that the locals didn't even know of. You introduce those crimes here on a scale never seen before. Now, guys, I don't know, people are going to say I'm just bashing, but it's not bashing at all, It's observation. You seeing these things happen in real time. You understand what I mean? It's un dude, it's unthinkable, it's unfathomable for people to leave their home countries where they cannot do these crimes. But when they come to South Africa, dude, immediately they let loose. Now, I obviously I obviously don't blame the foreigners for doing that, right? I don't blame them because what they're doing is they're exploiting a weakness in the system, and that weakness is the law. They know South Africa has lax laws. Our police is inactive. It's almost like a toothless organization. It's like I don't know, because if you have to compare the way South Africa governs its people, compared, let's just say, to Arab nations, not even Arab nations, the countries where these people are coming from, I can guarantee you that they won't be doing a quarter of the crimes that they're committing here. I can guarantee you that. You know what I mean? But because the system is weak, they exploit it. And then what happens? You go to jail, you get bail. You come out again. You continue doing the same thing while on bail. You get what I mean? So how then? You tell me now. How will this thing improve? What is the deterrent for these people coming in and committing crimes? Why? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, guys, we need to be honest and say, guys, bad apples need to be rooted out. We don't care how much money they're giving to the system. We don't care how much investment they bring in. Bad apples need to be rooted out. There's no mercy. There should be no mercy for bad apples. None whatsoever. I'm telling you guys, it's just too much now. It gets to a point where people just begin to hate all foreigners because of what some foreigners are doing. And it's those some foreigners that are giving all foreigners a bad name. Do you see what I'm saying? So we need to learn to differentiate the bad, but we need to learn to differentiate the bad apples from the good apples. And it's unfair that the good apples need to be grouped and lumped into the same basket as the bad apples, you know? And while you're busy crime fighting and you're busy, there's just no time to be rooting out good apples. You know, you just say like, you know what, guys, to solve this whole thing, all of you just go. Just go. All of you, to solve this whole, no, he's good. It's going to take time, right? Ship out everybody. Ship all of them out. Ship them all out. You know, that's the way I'm trying to think now, because it gets to a point where now we're even too scared now to even raise your concerns, because you know for a fact that your concerns are not going to be addressed by anybody. You know what I mean? Those are the cons I can think of. Let me know if you know of any other cons that you'd like to bring up, and let me know about it. Hello. Hello, guys. How are you?
We're good, and you?
We're good. We're good. We're good. Ladies first. Okay, let me start with the ladies, right? Ladies, it's 2024. Do you guys feel it's appropriate to approach guys, or do you think it's a man's job to approach women?
Yeah, it's appropriate for us.
It's appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, why would you say it's appropriate? What's your reason why?
50-50 most now.
50-50.
Yeah.
Is it?
If I want you, I must get you most.
If you want, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you?
I agree with her.
You totally. No, you, okay, and guys, you agree with that?
Totally.
Totally. Totally. Okay. So, last question, guys. Normally, it's the ladies, you know, like guys show love, right? Using money. Do you think ladies should also do the same, like giving guys money? Ah, right. Okay. Now,
Exactly. She said 50-50.
she just said, right? She, you just said 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yes.
hey, money.
You see?
This man is 75-25.
Hi, boo.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? When it's 25,
At least buy me gifts or something.
Is it?
Surprise me sometimes.
Sure, is it? Eight-
You must do the most and I do the less.
Obviously, we do the
Exactly. True.
I'm already
Otherwise, I'm
pushing
going
it
to
the
do
limit.
it when
Ah, wait, I like.
I can't do it when you're done. I can't do it when it doesn't.
Yeah.
I must start this.
Oh, okay. So on Valentine's Day, no?
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is for lovers.
Yeah.
But would you also give, or do you expect?
I thought of that.
Yeah, exactly. You see there?
Come on.
And half the
You must ask Carlo first. What does he want? You must ask first.
Okay.
What does he want?
What?
And what does oh my.
So wait, so when it's Valentine's Day,
Yeah,
are you expecting?
expectations,
Okay,
yeah.
on Valentine's Day, are you expecting him to ask you, or are you expecting him to come with something?
Something.
So now why must he ask you? So why must he ask you?
I don't know what you want.
You-
What talks now?
Exactly, because
Uh,
when we're doing our small talk, I always say, I love that thing, you know?
Yes.
About Man City,
Yeah.
for sure in my mind, I was thinking about Man City.
But why does always it have to be Man City?
Exactly.
I'm surprised with exactly.
It's always the typical things, for sure. Sure, guys. Guys, thanks a lot, guys. Sure, guys. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, sure. Thanks, man. It's a kind of child mentality. Yes, sure. Thank you, guys. Sure, thank you. Guys, in conclusion, I think South Africa needs to close the borders. If they're not going to do the whole open border policy, right? Then South Africa needs to close the borders. Take all the undocumented foreigners, ship them out, right? Close the borders. Then vet the ones that are in here legally, right? See what they're doing, monitor their movements, how they're obtaining money, what activities they're involved in. Try to get some level of control over the citizens. When I say citizens, I'm including the locals and the foreigners. That's the only way. You cannot have a lawless nation, guys. You cannot have people coming into a country and doing as they please. If they cannot do it in their own countries, why are they allowed to do it here? Whatever it is that they are doing that is deemed unlawful in South Africa. Why? And another thing I'm going to stress is this. Foreigners are not the only ones to blame for the crime. For a foreigner to sell drugs in South Africa, It means that there is someone at the borders, at the customs, at the wherever, entry points, at the airports, the seaports, the border posts that allow these goods to come in. It also, it's the locals to blame. Why are you buying? Why are you creating the market? Why are you creating the demand for said illegal products? You understand what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street. When not even illegal, when legal foreigners commit crimes, when illegal foreigners commit crimes, when legal foreigners commit crimes, they are being aided by locals. Locals are definitely involved because they are being paid off. They're doing it for the money. And then some are actually doing it because they need the goods or the services of said illegal business. You understand what I'm saying? So while we like to point fingers and say only the foreigners doing it, no, we also need to blame ourselves for allowing them to grow and persist in these illegal activities that they're doing. It's only fair. I think it's only right. You know? So at the end of the day, guys, all foreigners are welcome in South Africa. As long as you come in through the legal channels, as long as you live a law abiding way of life, then you are more than welcome to invest, to live, to stay, to do whatever it is that you want to do, but within the legal framework. Now, I don't know if, I know there are many countries that are deporting certain nationalities, right? Because according to those countries, their actions are becoming too much to handle by local standards, you know? So the way they're dealing with it is deportations. And that's, to them, that's the ultimate, that's the only other way because they've tried everything else and it has failed, right? So they see that deportations is the only way that will work. So maybe South Africa should start looking into that as well because it's now gotten out of control, man. It's beyond belief, man. Seriously, it's just beyond belief now. You know, sometimes there's even certain sections of cities that have been run over now. They've been taken over now. So you just don't even understand now whether it's you can't even believe that you're in South Africa anymore, man. I don't know, really. It's just not on anymore, really. It's not on, you know. So we have to look at both sides of the coin. You know what I mean? We have to look at the bad, the good, and the ugly, and we need to address the bad, the good, and the ugly all at once. And I always say, guys, no foreign national does anything without the help of locals. So we need to look at the locals as well. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Holla!